Hi guys, welcome to another beer review, and this is a beer that I'm very excited for. Heard a lot of good things from a lot of people that I actually trust here on YouTube and BeerTube, and all their links will be down below to their reviews of this beer. Now this is my second time drinking something from Magic Rock. The first time was obviously the Upside Down from the Rainbow Project, which is a nice little beer. And yeah, this is one that I'm a coffee lover, so I had to get in on this one. Picked this one up at the Northern Beer Temple in Wigan for £2.70, which I'm not too sure how that's priced elsewhere. But yeah, for craft beer, I'm not too unhappy paying that. In fact, I think I've paid not a bad price there actually. And yeah, this is Magic Rock's Triple Coffee Porter, clocking in at 5.4%, and this is brewed with coffee from Darkwoods Coffee, who I actually think that when you go visit the Magic Rock tap, the coffee that they have is from the guys that they collaborated with on this beer. And yeah, what a wonderful beer people have been telling me this one is. And was that proper English? I don't know. And yeah, artwork, a stellar artwork once again on Magic Rock. I was not familiar with their actual beers, but of course I was familiar with their name and of course the design throughout, not just the cans but just in general. So yeah, my second ever Magic Rock beer, and it's a porter. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of porters, as some of you guys know. I'm much more of a stout person myself. But it's like with wheat beers. I mean, I dislike wheat beers a lot more than well, I don't dislike porters, it's just I always prefer stouts. And yeah, like with wheat beers, if you do something a little bit special, a little bit different with the style, I'm more inclined to give it a try. And yeah, so a triple coffee porter just sounds absolutely wonderful. I do love my coffee. So ingredients are water, barley, hops, yeast, cacao nibs, vanilla and coffee beans. So yeah, it sounds really nice and lovely, and we're coming towards the end of October, so yeah, it seems like the perfect time to crack open a can of this. Speaking of which, let's do so. What a lovely sound that is. What a lovely smell that is in the can. So let's pour in a little bit. Don't want to do too much at the moment because it's easier for me to review. And also I'm going to be doing a BeerTubers chat with some of the regulars over on Rob, aka Hopzine's page. And we might have a couple of special guests. So I'll put the link down below to that chat if you want to check it out. So yeah, coffee, triple coffee porter. I was going to say coffee in the glass then. Beer in the glass, and I wouldn't say it's a jet black beer because I'm getting some really dark brownish mahogany hues, maybe some slight red hues in there when you hold it up to the light, especially around the sides. But yeah, I'm sure I could see some nice little bits and pieces in there maybe. But yeah, doesn't that look intense? It actually looks like a coffee. And especially with that head, one finger's worth of a tan coloured head. Looks almost creamy, even though it is only a thin lining that I poured. But yeah, it looks rich and intense already. So let's give it a swirl and see what we get on the aroma. Definitely pick up that coffee. Getting a really strong, almost like hot chocolate sort of smell. Yeah, that bitterness on the coffee is right there when you put your nose straight in. You get a nice caramel, oaty sort of sweetness. Hint of toffee in there, like a really dense, sweet cake. But yeah, that coffee is just in your face, and it smells like a cup of coffee with maybe some syrups in there, that sort of thing. It smells absolutely glorious. Yeah, it's coffee, coffee, coffee. Slight smokiness, slight sweetness, slight chocolatey tones in there as well. Yeah, let's get into it. Cheers. You could have that in the morning. Start your day with a proper coffee. That is absolutely lovely. The coffee's not too bitter. It's intense, but it's not too harsh on the bitterness on the back end. And it does taste like a black coffee, like a nice intense coffee pad, that sort of thing, with maybe just the slightest bit of sweetness in there. To me, it sort of reminds me of like a dry porter, that sort of thing. I think I had one from Camber, Bavaria, which was okay, but it really wasn't my thing. But this, you know, how many times do I have to say there's coffee in it, because you know by now that this is very coffee forward, very intense, very robust, but it's not harsh on the palate. It's got a nice slightly velvety body to it, but that carbonation is really gentle, so it cuts through that, so it dissipates around your mouth really, really nicely. There's a nice tingling sensation as it goes in. Tell you what, this is an absolutely lovely beer. I'm going to probably just end up pouring this all in and drinking it before I even get onto the chat. Drinking this at room temperature, I've not chilled this at all because I wanted as much of that coffee flavour as I could, and it's definitely in there. It's got nice nutty tones as well. Roasty toasty, these strong flavours, that slight velvety mouthfeel, but so insanely drinkable. Very, you know, you could probably do a session on this. It might weigh you down after a while just because of those flavours. But I like coffee. I like coffee in my beer. I don't think I've had anything that has had such a strong presence of a really high quality coffee. So, you know, Magic Rock have done an absolutely fantastic job with the brewing of this, but they've had some really fantastic ingredients from the Darkwoods coffee. And I tell you what, if I manage to make it to, there's it Huddersfield these guys are from, if I ever manage to make it there, I'm definitely gonna check out Magic Rock and also these coffee guys, because you've got to promote these people, you've got to promote these companies, you've got to promote these artisan merchants, if you will, especially when they do such high quality. It's a great beer, but the quality of the coffee is so evident, and yeah, I'd love to have a nice big mug of coffee from these guys. And I will continue to buy Magic Rock beers when I get the opportunity to. I'm sure there's even, is that, no, I thought that was German then on the can, which would be absolutely lovely if I could pick up a few cans of this. This is one that I could go back to time and time again. I'm not a porter fan, but this is such a wonderful job. Just look at that artwork. You get right in the mood straight away. Autumn, winter, you're going to love this anytime this year, to be honest. Wake up, have yourself a little bit of common grounds. It's going to start your day off perfectly, and yeah, I really can't fault that at all. I absolutely love this. You do get obviously a slight vanilla in there as well. That's probably where I'm getting the sweetness, but I'm getting like treacle, like digestive biscuits. Oh, it's just sheer indulgence, and yeah, I think this is a wonderful beer, and I think this is now part of their core range. So, yeah, next time I pick up some Magic Rock stuff, I'm going to probably end up picking up a couple of cans of this, because that's just ticking all the boxes. It's in all the right spots right now, and yeah, it's another sensational beer. from Magic Rock Brewing. So if you've tried this, let me know your thoughts, opinions. If you want to find out more about the beer and the brewery, as well as the coffee merchants, then links will be down below. As I said at the start, I will put links down below to other reviews from some of my pals here on YouTube. And yeah, do yourselves a favour, if you ever get the opportunity to try this one, do it. Even if you don't like coffee, well, mind you, you're probably going to hate this if you don't like coffee. Try this if you're not a fan of porters, because I'm sure you will find something in there to fall in love with. Fantastic stuff. 10 out of 10. Yeah, just let me know what you think of this beer if you have tried it. So anyway, waffled on way too long. Links down below to everyone that I've mentioned, as well as my Porter playlist. I'll probably put that down below as well. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and more importantly, I hope you'll subscribe and join me for more beer reviews in the future. So until the next one, I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this. Cheers, and I shall hopefully see you later.